Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, March 18th. We're looking at the market profiles of the SPY, Russell, Qs, ETFs here on Window Trader. And on a day that started with
all aboard,
it ended with
don't buy.
As the bears chased the guy right out the window. I'll tell you what, if you didn't follow market-generated information, if you didn't have somebody guiding you, this could have been a disastrous day for a lot of traders. Not an easy day to trade. They took both buyers and sellers to the woodshed early in the day, and then finally the sellers took control. A disastrous day in Russell. They had two sets of single prints to the upside. They had singles in C, they had singles in D, only to go out with three sets of singles to the downside and a price probe. Singles in J, singles in L. J, K, and L, and they probe below L's low. They had value that was overlapping to higher. Now, again, I'm in wide increments. I'm not sure where their value ended, but there's a good chance it got pulled down, maybe to unchanged, or maybe it was still overlapping to higher, but certainly had to get pulled down. The triple Qs, they were having trouble throughout the day. Look, we said this last night and this morning, I said all three of these indices want to hold their price spikes from yesterday. Well, the Russell held theirs. As you can see, here's Russell's price spike from yesterday. They held theirs initially. A period came down, filled the singles, but bounced right off it, and then they started their march up. Look at this. Now, not only did they have a look above and fail, though, after all that? They took out yesterday's high just by a little bit, got into that sell tail slightly from the 16th. Well, once you have a look above and fail, what's the ultimate destination when you come in? The other side of the range. Boy, did they do that, and they go out with an outside day down. So not only do they have three sets of single prints to the downside and a price probe, they have an outside day down. So they couldn't have ended this day any worse for themselves as they got destroyed once their price spike where change took place for them yesterday failed. Now, triple Qs never even got up to where change took place yesterday. So at least they could be forgiven. They didn't have a good day to start with. They didn't even get their wide POC from pre-market. Never got close to where they failed with the price probe from yesterday. The price spike, I should say, not probe, spike. They did get their wide POC. They were 10 for 10 wide. And they go out with a trend day down, but at least they only have one set of single prints. And they go out with a price probe. And now for SPY and ES. We opened below our price spike from yesterday. Got the POC. But we held yesterday's low, and then all of a sudden, look what we started doing. We traded back and forth between the double distributions, right? A, B, C, back, and then D never got below K's low. I'm like, wow, look at that. D, E, F. I'm like, this market might actually have a chance. I thought we had a good chance for an inside day. I still didn't think we were going to go and take out the all-time high. And then what happened? G gave everything back, so they wiped out all these buyers. And then what happened? H balanced, and we started going up again. I'm like, talk about taking both sides to the woodshed. I'll go over my trades now. I had a good day. Look, we've called this market. Forget about my trades. That's not what this room is about, and that's what I think has to get put out to people who watch this video and follow me here on YouTube and Twitter. This room is to educate people and to teach them how to become better traders. And we've said for 2 days now, I said I think the 398 level is going to be a pretty important level because they're going to pick a level to sit at. They're not going to blow through 400, not with the short-term traders. Not going to happen. They need long-term traders to really push it if that's going to be the case, which obviously did not happen these last 2 days. So they failed again today when they tried to get up there. Also said to the room, in I period, I said I would not doubt if we get a 2 to 3% sell-off before we get down, we attempt to get to 400. And I said I would not doubt if we get to the 385, 390 level. Now I said that in I period. I didn't say it in M period. I said it in I when we were trading above 396. Well, we got below 391 today. Our low is 390.75. I still think we have room to the downside. Now remember, tonight we go ex-dividend $1.50. So where do they have us closing? So tomorrow morning they have us closing at 391.48. So we're going to be, if that's the close, we're going to be priced at about 389.90. Just round it out to 390. So we're going to have a dividend gap tomorrow. We're definitely going to have a dividend gap prior to the opening. We'll see what the overnight does. But prior to the opening, we're going to have a dividend gap. It's going to be a big disconnect between SPY and ES tomorrow. Here's another little nuance. We only ended 8 wide. We never got B's high and E's low. But ES did. We ripped below A's low by over $3. That puck could never get lowered. That's a nuance to carry. I'm not saying for tomorrow, but that's a nuance to carry forward. That's going to get hit at some point. We also have the overnight, the all-time highs in the overnight in both ES and SPY. So again, just seeing who's in charge and what's going on and educating the room to that is huge. So we'll see if we do get to the 385, 390 level prior to possibly going and finally maybe getting 400. Everybody was expecting a $400 pin tomorrow with the expiration. I didn't. I said I think the earliest we would get 400 is maybe to see if they try to pin it or try to get to it around the first quarter end, March 31st. We'll see if that happens. As far as my trades, I took a short in A period against the price spike. The first time it got there and it worked out as it backed off, I traded Friday's expirations to 396 puts. I took a long in D period. Again, when we backed off like we're one time framing up, we went back up, took it off when we weren't getting any real extension, the 394 calls. I tried a long. Well, let me go through SPY and then we'll go through. I did one trade in IWM. Then I took a short in I period, and one of the traders in our room said, "Why would you pick to short it here?" I said for a couple of reasons. I said, we just wiped out longs and shorts and in G. Shorts got involved. We took the now once we take out HSI to shorts, we're above value. I'm like, I don't think. I said I'm comfortable taking a short here at I, and I took it right around I's high. Boy, I did not hold it because I picked the high of the afternoon. That's the afternoon rally high. 397 puts. It was a nice trade, but I certainly didn't hold it. That's for sure. Because to be honest with you, I'll never lie to you or anybody in my room. Did I expect this? Of course not. Did I think I could come down and take out or at least test H's low or G's low? Yes. But I didn't expect this. So that was a good trade. And then in K period, I actually shorted, I was short 10 MES in K period, which turned out to be a very nice trade for me. As I finally took off the balance of them when we made just above K's low. And that was it. I did take one long in the Russell in L period. Where are we here? Was it L? No. I apologize. L was long for a long. I'm trying to think when I took that long. I think it was J period. I'm sorry. I forgot when I took it. I'm not sure if it was G or J. Actually, it was G period. I was looking for an afternoon pullback. It was against value low, wherever value low was at the time. I made on it, but nothing big. Yes, it was G period when the market was pouring in and all the indices. I was like, okay, we filled the single prints. It was around half back at the time. I took the long. I made some money on it, and then it started going lower in G, and I took the rest off, basically scratched on it. Okay. Destinations for tomorrow. We have some upside destinations finally. We have 391.97. That is L's low. That's the price probe from today. Then we have the single prints. L's high, 393.60, get filled at 86 cents. J's low. And this is where change took place. Just like this was important for the buyers to hold and they failed, well, tomorrow this is important for sellers to hold. Right? Double distribution day from J's low to the day's high. J's low and A's low is very important. Any acceptance above that, above K's high, and this was all just shorts getting pushed down and they're getting smacked. And then we'd probably go right back to POC. But remember, we're going to have a dividend gap tomorrow most likely. So all this that I'm giving you, scenarios of what could happen, are going to be different. We'll go over them tomorrow morning. Then we have the afternoon rally high, 396.13, I's high. Today's high, 396.72, 398.12. Yesterday's all-time high, and basically a look above the previous all-time high, and right now a fail, and then 398.25 pre-market all-time high. For the downside, we have today's low, 390.75. Then things get dicey. We have 389.68. 11 wide, that's that naked POC that's still sitting there from March 10th, 11 wide. Then below that, we don't have anything to the afternoon pullback low of 388.89 from March 10th, 388.17 daily low, 385.31 daily low, and last week's low, 381.42. Yes, last week we traded as low as 381.42, and this week we got up to 398.12. And now we're back down halfway. So, again, I would not be surprised if this market attempts the 385, 390 level prior to going back to the highs. Let's go to the charts. Again, I'm just going to show you the SPY. We're going to recap everything tomorrow night. Monthly still healthy. Weekly is one time framing up 2 weeks. I'm still calling it up for now. So here's the big one. Daily is in balance, right? We took out all 5, look at this, in one fell swoop. We got below 5 days, right? Got some longs to panic, flush out. We closed at 391.48, basically inside. So right now, I would call this a 6-day balance, with today's low being the low of it, and yesterday's high being the high of it, the all-time high. So now remember, we're going to have the dividend. So we're going to be around 390 level tomorrow with settlement. So it's going to be a little distorted what the chart looks like tomorrow because of the dividend. I hope you had a great day trading. Have a great evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.